Hey guys and gals, this is lesson 86 for the 6th grade math. So we're going to get started here. And today we're talking about area of a circle. I know we've at least mentioned this in the past. I know we've done circumference of a circle. Now area, all that is what is inside. And the circumference, instead of that being all the way around, the distance around the circle, the area is how much stuff can fit inside of the circle in a way. So there's a formula for that, okay? And what that stands for is the A stands for area. That's the answer. The area equals pi, and I think we all know what pi. I'll list some things after this. Pi times the radius, and I'll explain that, squared, okay? So in other words, and you can multiply these in any order to get the area. You can take the radius times itself, hence the radius squared, and then times pi. Or you could take pi times the radius times the radius. When you're multiplying all those, it doesn't matter in which order you do them, okay? So I'm going to give you some things below. Pi, most of us, we write 3.14. That's the most common thing that we use is 3.14. Sometimes we do use also as a fraction. This is down the road further, not today in your math lesson. We use 22 over 7. And what that is, if you actually divide that out, 22 divided by 7, it's 3.14, and it's actually a little bit more. It's just more specific of what pi would represent. Okay, and then the other one, sometimes it will say leave pi as pi, which I do not believe we have any of these today, as I just seen too, and we don't. But sometimes you will just leave it as pi. We'll go to that down the road. Okay, so again, formula, A stands for area, that's our answer. Pi is the element that we use to figure out the circumference or the area of circles and stuff like that. Okay, it is the never-ending number. 3.14 is what we commonly use. Sometimes 22 over 7, not today. And sometimes it will say leave pi as pi. Again, not today. Okay, I'm going to go on. I'll leave the formula up there. I'm just going to explain some more a little bit about it. I'm probably not going to go over the examples, but I think what we cover here in detail should be enough to answer the practice set and further the other questions. So let's just start. Obviously, circle. Okay, all the way across. All the way across. We've talked this. We used this in the circumference. That is called the diameter. Again, all the way across, that is called the diameter. Okay, we'll draw another circle. Only halfway to the center, okay, so half of the diameter, that is called the radius. And that is the measurement that we need to use in our formula. Okay, so if we know the diameter, to get to the radius, we would need to cut it in half. Or divide by 2. Okay, but if we're going from the radius and we need the diameter, you would actually then times by 2. Okay, so that's all it means. The radius is half the diameter. The diameter is twice of the radius. Okay, so I'll leave that there again so you can see it. I'm going to erase that here, and then we are going to do some examples. Okay, and all it's going to be is finding the area of various circles. Okay? So, I'll leave both those circles up. Okay, and we will leave it here. We'll say this one is 10, and this one is 8. Okay, and we can even put inches in there. Okay, so let's start with the first one. let's say, hey, the question is find the area of this circle with a diameter of 8 inches. Okay, so we go to the formula. We know we need to have pi, which is 3.14, and we know we need the radius. Well, we are not given the radius, so again, we need to cut it in half because the radius is half the diameter. So 8 cut into half is going to be 4. So we are going to start off and take 4 times 4. We're doing the radius squared portion right away. Okay, and 4 times 4, we know, is 16. And from there, we're going to do 16, and we're going to take it times the remaining one, which is pi. So I got 3.14 times 16. We go 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And then 6 times 3 is 18. Okay? Now we go to the next row. Don't forget to put an X or a circle, whatever you want to put, because we're starting the new row. And 1 times 4, these are all going to be the answers up here. So it's going to be 4, 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 3 is 3. We add these up. That's 12, carry the 1, 9, 10. 5024. Okay, now again, how do we know where to put the decimal here? However many numbers are after the decimal to the right, 1, 2, in this case there's 2. That's how many you're going to move it. So you're going to start on the far right and you're going to go 1, 2, and you're going to place the decimal. So the area, when we finally write this properly, it would be 50.24 inches. And don't forget now, we're talking about area. So when you write that out, so other people know when they read your answer, they know you are talking about area as well, you need to include the little 2 for squared. So 50.24 inches squared. Okay, that's one of them. Over here, we'll do this bottom side. So here's our formula, area equals pi times radius squared. We already have the radius. That's the number we need. Okay, we need the 10. So we know the radius is 10 inches. We're going to take 10 times 10, which is 100. And we're going to take that times pi. So it's really 3.14 times 100. And remember the easy trick to this, you really don't have to show any work on this one. The easy trick, when you times by 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or a million or anything that's a 1 with all zeros, you just have to count the zeros and move the decimal. So in this case, we're timesing by 100. It has 2 zeros. So we need to move the decimal to the right twice for a final answer of 314. Don't forget, we're talking about area, so we need to label it properly with inches and squared, like that. Okay, so I hope that helped for today. We can get a little bit back to normalcy and kind of get some schoolwork going. Looks like maybe potentially we'll be starting up sometime in a few weeks. Who the heck knows? But look forward to seeing you and hope all is well. And hopefully this goes easy. So have a good one.